Hi everyone, in this video we will build a Node.js application to perform CRUD operations on files. We will upload files to Cloudnary and then we will see how to get files, update and delete them. So for that we will be using Node.js, Express, Multer, Cloudnary, and we will save our data into MongoDB. So let's start this. First of all, let me create a folder. And then open that folder into Visual Studio Code. Let's create package.json file. Now we will install packages Express, Mongoose, Multer, Cloudnary and .env. I will also install a dev dependency Nodemon. Now let's create our entry file, which will be index.js, and modify our package.json to use Nodemon. First of all, we will require Express. After that we will require Mongoose and .env. Now we will listen to server app.listen on port 5000. Now I will create a .env file to hold our database config. I will be using my local MongoDB instance. You can use it locally if you have, or you can use MongoDB Atlas. I will name the database as let's say images CRUD. Now in index.js I will connect database. mongoose.connect process.env.mongoURI, and here we will pass some options to avoid deprecated warning given by Mongoose. Now let's add a .then and .catch in case of successful or error response. Now we will add a middleware to parse body request.body app.use express.json. Let's run the server to see if everything is working. That's because there is a typo. Okay, it's connected. Now let's create a user model. It will have three fields: name, avatar, and Cloudnary ID. The Cloudnary ID will be used when we will make update or delete request. So let's create a folder name called model and then user. Name, type string, this will be avatar, and then Cloudnary ID. Now let's export this model. Now log into your Cloudnary account if you already have one. If you don't have one, then sign up for it, because we will be needing this cloud name, API key, and API secret. So I will add these configurations in our .env file. Cloudnary cloud name, API key, and API secret. So this is my cloud name. Use yours. And here I will paste API secret, but I will paste it off the record as it is secret key. Now I will create a folder utils to hold Multer and Cloudnary configuration. After that we will say cloudnary.config and it will take object, and here we will provide Cloudnary cloud name, API key, and API secret. Cloud name, API key, API secret, and we will get these values from our .env file. Now let us export Cloudnary from this file. Actually we will use .v2. Now I will create file for Multer and I will paste in here from my snippet. So here we require Multer, we require Node.js core module which is path, so we don't have to install it. And then we said module.exports Multer, and it will take object first storage multer dot disk storage, we don't pass anything in it. And then file filter to filter file which we want to allow. In our case we are only allowing .jpg, .jpeg and png. So here we use path.ext name to extract the extension, and we passed file.original name, and then we said if extension is not equals to these formats which we have mentioned here, then we will generate error. This cb is callback and it will take two arguments. The first is error and the second is accept file, which is boolean. In case of error, we said we don't want to accept file, so it's false, and we have generated error and then returned so that it doesn't go forward. And if file formats are supported, then we accepted file and pass error as null. Now let's create a route for user. We will bring Cloudnary and Multer from utils folder. First of all, let's make a post request. So we will say router.post slash, and I will be using async await. So in order to get access to file, here in after route we will say upload.single image, and this is the name you will provide in from your front end. We will not be using front end in this project, we will be making requests with Postman. So if we are using front end, it will be like input type file and name equals to image, so this should match this one. Now let's try to upload file to Cloudnary and see what is the response we are getting back. We will say await Cloudnary dot uploader dot upload, and here we will provide path to the file, request dot file dot path. Let's see what response we are getting back. res.json result. Now here in Postman, actually first of all we will define our user route in index.js file. app.use, it will be slash user dot slash route slash user. So our request will be on localhost :5000 slash user, and then for this route it will be just slash. it will be a post request. Here in body we will select form data, and now this is the name I was talking about, image. So first of all we will select file from here. So let's select file. Let's make a request. So this is the response we got back from Cloudnary. However, we will be using two properties only, public ID, which will be Cloudnary ID, which we have already specified in our model, and another one is secure URL. Yes, secure URL. So let's see in our Cloudnary. Here is the file we have just uploaded. Okay. So here we are creating an instance of user. We are providing name, avatar. Now this avatar is not coming from body, its value is coming from result. We have already seen result object have two properties, secure URL and public ID. So we are allocating secure URL to avatar and public ID to Cloudnary ID. So let's save it and see. Oh, and here we save user and we are getting the JSON back. Let me provide name here. I guess there is an error. Let's see. Oh, I have not imported user model here. Let's try again. So that's it. It's our MongoDB ID, our name which we have provided in body, the avatar, this is the secure URL from Cloudnary, and Cloudnary ID. Let's check in our database. So that's it. Now let's make a GET request. So we are making request on the same route slash, and here we are finding the user and then getting JSON response back, and it will be an array because we have not specified any user ID. Let's try it. Actually, add another one. Okay, so we have got back our user. Now delete request. I'm pasting the code just to save time, and I will be explaining. So here we are making request to slash user and then user ID. So first of all we are finding the user by ID, and we have used Mongo's find by ID method, and we have provided request.params.id because we are providing ID into params. And now we want to delete the image from Cloudnary. For that we will use Cloudnary .uploader and then .destroy. Now destroy takes public ID, the Cloudnary public ID, and we have already stored that as Cloudnary ID into our database. So we will get from user.cloudnary ID. So here we are removing image from Cloudnary. Here we are removing user from database, and then we are getting with the user which is deleted. So let's make a request to this route. Let me grab the ID. Let's make a request. So this is the response we got back. Let's verify it if it's deleted. Okay, so user has been deleted. Now let's check into our Cloudnary account. So here I think they are from previous requests. Let's just delete that and try again. Let's make a put request here. Let's change the file. Let's verify it in database. Okay, now in Cloudnary, here is the file. Now let's try to delete it. We will grab ID from here. This is the deleted user. Let's check database. It's deleted, and now in Cloudnary ID. Okay, it's deleted. Now finally we will move on to update. So this is our put request to /user/id, and here as second argument we are passing this will be upload.single image async request response. Okay, so first of all we are finding the user by ID. So now we want to update the image, means replace the existing image with the new one. So first of all we will make request to delete the existing image, and we will do that with cloudnary.uploader.destroy, and we will get the Cloudnary ID from our user database. Once it's done, we will upload new file, cloudnary.uploader.upload, and we will provide our file path, request.file.path. So here I have created a data object and passed name property, which will be either request.body.name if we have provided name in body, otherwise it will use the name within database. And for avatar, if we are updating the image, then it will use the new image which we will get from result.secure URL, or if we are not updating the URL, then we will use the existing URL from our database user.avatar, and same with the Cloudnary ID. And after that we have used here user.findById and update user by ID, and as second argument we have provided the data which is to be updated, and then new equals to true to get the updated result immediately, and here we are getting with the user. So I hope it makes sense. First we find user by ID, then we make a delete request to Cloudnary to destroy the current image, and then we upload the new image. After that we have updated our database. Let's try it out. So currently I guess we have not anything. Let's make a request. Okay, let's check our Cloudnary account. Okay, so this is the image. Let's update the image. Make it a put request and form data file image. Let's pick some other file. Let's pick this one. Probably there is an error. Let's see what's that. Cannot read property Cloudnary ID of null. Oh, actually I have provided the old ID which is already deleted. So here we get the response back. Let's see our Cloudnary. So it's updated here. Let's see the database. FROMQ, and that's it. So it's working. So that's it, guys. That's how we can perform CRUD operations on Cloudnary. I hope you like it. Thank you. Bye.